Want to relocate abroad and you don't know the necessary documents that you need to have. Okay, that's the problem, because you need to know those documents that you need to have and get them ready, so that when it's time to apply for either scholarships, for anything, whether it's conferences, whether it's, I don't know, anything that would require you to leave your home country, you need documents. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on study abroad checklist. Okay, so the first document that you want to make sure that you have ready and make sure that it's still like valid is your international passport. It might sound a little bit cliche, like, oh, but that's a normal document that everybody should have. Not everyone has like an international passport, and that's why my friend and I, Itara, said I'm going to send her this video so that she could, know that I am actually super proud of her and all that we have achieved over the years. We have been giving international passport fee grants to people to enable them pay for their international passports to support their dream to study abroad. We've been doing that for like 2 years now, 2021. So 2021. So like this is the second year, and we are trying to see how many more people we can give. We've been giving within the range of 2 to 10. The last one was 10. Last year was 10. This year we gave a higher amount of money because it wasn't like really easy for some of them, who most of the rates were really expensive, so we reduced the number that we gave. So for next year we are trying to look at giving more people. Okay, so you don't want to miss out that update, and the name of the organization that we have is called the ᴅɪsᴄᴏᴜ. Okay, so that's what we do. We try to help people with international passport grants. Okay, so you also need your transcript. As like I said, most of the things I would be saying might sound a little bit cliche, but that's the honest truth. You need your transcript. And some people say, oh, how can I get my transcript? Do I need to keep applying and paying for transcripts to send to different schools? Because for folks in Nigeria, apologies to my darlings who are from other parts of the world, for folks in Nigeria, if you are applying for your transcript, there's always this whole, oh, you need to get the name of the school, and then you keep applying and paying and all of that. So the trick is ask them for your student / or unofficial copy. Okay, so what that means is that you are allowed to apply to those schools and for those scholarships with transcripts. Okay, so what that means is that you don't need to necessarily go to your school to keep paying those fees every time you want to apply to a school. Now, how does that work? When you've gotten the admission, the school would now request that your university or undergrad, right, send the official transcript to the university. So imagine you apply to 10 schools and 1 out of 10 give you admission. Okay, so your school would only send the official copy to them. So that means you need to only pay to the school once, okay, or twice, because you have to pay for the unofficial copy and you're paying for the official copy to be sent to the school that give you admission and most likely funding. Okay, so why am I saying this? Because some people don't know that they have the option of unofficial or student copy, as the case may be, or what's referred as in your school. Okay, so you want to make sure that you get the unofficial copy and apply to as many schools as possible. Okay, that's the second document that you need. Now, the third document that you need is your personal statement or statement of purpose or letter of intent or motivational letter, as the case may be, which means depending on what the school requires of you. Now, this is a very important document, but you need that. So you learn how to tell your story, and like I said, I still have my discount code still going on. If you have your personal statement that you've written and you don't know if you're making sense and you need someone to go through it for you, please use the link in the description to send your documents to. The fourth document that you need is your CV. Now, there's a difference between resume and CV. However, there are some schools that would say resume, but just know that they're looking for an academic CV. Okay, so I had a consultation with someone sometime last week, and then the person was like, oh, hi Summer, I have written my CV. I used an app to create my CV and it's in one page. I was literally shocked, because how can you say that your academic CV is in one page? Okay, so that's the thing. Resumes are usually short, but CVs are usually longer. Okay, you need to note that. So you need to make sure that your CV, your statement of purpose, they are ready. Now, The fifth document that you need is your research proposal, if applicable. I use the word if applicable because it's not all schools that will require you to write a research proposal. But if you're coming to Canada and you want fully funded scholarships, be rest assured that you need a research proposal, okay? But if you're applying to schools like the UK, okay, some schools in the US, and also depending on the degree you're going out for. So let's say you're applying for your master's in the United States, you would not necessarily need a research proposal. It depends, okay? If you're applying for a PhD, sometimes they don't even require a research proposal. Is that good? Okay, so that's why I use the word if applicable. So if this applies to you, that is after you've done your research and you're sure, okay, then you need to prepare a research proposal, get it reviewed, make sure that it's making sense, make sure you're asking the right questions, make sure you're going straight to the point. When you're dealing with lecturers and professors abroad, you don't want to be rumbling words and going all and all. Go straight to the point, okay? So you want to make sure of that. Another document that you need is your IELTS or TOEFL results, because the competition for scholarship is becoming very tight by the day, and you want to make sure that you stand out, okay? So if that's your case, and let's say you're applying to school that over 10,000 people are applying, and they say, oh, IELTS or GRE, they are optional. My darlings, if you can afford it, okay, write that GRE. It sets you higher than someone who didn't, okay? Whether the person had the first class or not, you have already set yourself on that path, okay? So another document another thing that you need to start preparing your mind for is the application fees. Now, like I said, there are some schools that can waive it if you send them an application fee waiver, okay? So which I already made a video about, and I share the templates. You can send that email to them, and you are also going to be lucky depending on the school, and then they waive that or send you codes and discount codes and all of that would help you enjoy that application fee waiver. But most of the schools in Canada especially don't, okay? Especially if you're looking for funding, because that's how they actually make some of their money, in terms of, I don't know, but they don't waive application fees. Next one are reference letters. So this is a very important document as well. Whoever you choose to write your reference letter can be comma you. And what do I mean by that? Some professors just write very generic reference letters, and trust me, the graduate admission committee, they know that when someone takes out their time to write about you, it says a lot. It shows that this person actually knows you for who you are, okay? So you don't want to make that mistake. So make sure that whoever you're picking knows you well enough. Even if they taught you 10 years ago and they can't remember you, please try and send your transcript, try and send your CV that shows an updated track record of who you really are, so that they can be able to say something really convincing about you, okay? And the last but not the least, the last for now is your visa application fee. Now, aside for some scholarships like the MasterCard Foundation scholarship and some other scholarships that I'll mention much later in other videos that reimburse you the visa fees that you paid, you need to also prepare for that. So let's say, for instance, you're applying to a school and the school gave you a fully funded scholarship that doesn't include your visa fee, okay? You are going to pay for your visa fee, right? So you want to make sure that you have that, so that it's not at the time of application to come into the country, you're already trying to source out funds to pay your visa application fees. So these are the checklists that you need if you want to study abroad, okay? And now my question to you is, which ones do you have and which ones do you not have? Because I believe that you are taking notes. Let me know in the comments, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.